Hello, I am Kimberly McLemore, and welcome to another episode of 360 and Me with Mimosas and Conversations, where we have conversations on some of our favorite or not so favorite topics. And today I have something very unique that I wanted to share with you all, and I wanted to try something different. Normally when I have my conversations, it's usually with everybody either in the same room, and we really sit down and just focus on everything that we're doing, provide great feedback, provide great input. But you know what? I decided to do something different. I wanted to talk about a particular statement where we just get to a point in life where sometimes you just have to think about what else you're going to put up with, how you're going to continue to move forward, how this particular thing is going to change your perspective of life. So I picked out a few of my favorite friends. These ladies I love to death. These ladies are all business owners. They are mothers. They are daughters. They are sisters. And they are friends of friends and friends of colleagues. But they all brought one thing to the table that came together in a way that I couldn't have possibly imagined, because I was not allowing them, like I said, to communicate with each other. We could not provide any feedback on this topic of conversation. We just had to provide our input of how this particular statement affected us. And the conversation that these ladies that you're going to see are going to be having with themselves is called Enough is Enough. What is that meaning to you? How does it affect you the way that you think it does? And the funny part about it is that when I asked these ladies to work with me on this, they were asking me all these questions and they were trying to figure out, well, what do you mean? And I didn't want to provide them any input because I really did not want it to be my take on it. I really wanted it to be their thought process completely. So I hope that you enjoy listening to what these ladies have said about the meaning of enough is enough.
Hi, my name is Natalie, and enough is enough for me is a loaded phrase. It's an emotionally loaded phrase because I've spent my life working through wondering if I was enough, trying to be enough, and never feeling like I was enough in the world around me and the people around me. So the phrase enough is a really good connection right now in my life, especially over the last few years where I have been working deliberately on personal development and healing through a lot of things. And so I've gotten to the point now where I have had enough. So I've had enough catering to others, denying myself, settling, not demanding the respect I deserve. I've had enough submitting to the world around me and to the will of others. I've also had enough not living out my full potential and my maximum self that God intended me to be. So now I'm at a point where enough is enough. I've had enough and I'm ready to move forward and grow and become that person that I was meant to be.
Hello, my name is Wandra Cain. I was asked this question by my friend Kimberly. What does enough is enough mean to you? As I pondered over this question in my head for a couple of days, trying to narrow down so many different ways of different things of what I could say enough is enough meant to me. And I narrowed it down, trying to compact it into put everything into one, where I am in my life today. Enough is enough means to me, I am happy and content in being who I am with what I am. I know what I want to keep in my life was friends, family. I don't need a lot for my business. I don't need a quantity of clients, but I love having quality people working with my clients. For as money, I don't need a lot of money to say I have enough to be happy or sad or content. I mean, I am okay with having a small amount and knowing that I could be okay. Enough is enough doesn't mean I have to have overflowing of wealth to be content and to be happy. So, as I say this today, I hope this can resonate with someone. Enough is enough. It's me being happy and content and growing every day in my healing, balancing my life, and loving myself. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Annetta Benjamin, and I'm so excited to talk about this topic, enough is enough. And when Kimberly asked me to discuss this, I was a little confused at first of what I wanted to share, but only three things really came to mind. The first thing with enough is enough is that really there are no excuses. You have to realize that it's time to change and that you have to move forward. So those are the 3 points I want to just discuss really quickly. So no excuses really means that you got to stop lying to yourself. Like, you can't continue to pretend that was enough before is still enough. You can't lie to yourself and expect to grow. So the first thing is no more excuses. Don't pretend that what you're doing is okay or what someone else is doing to you is okay. The second thing is that it's really time to change. Time to change is when you recognize that what you're doing is not okay anymore, that something has to be different. And to change, you actually have to have a plan. I was always taught to develop a goal and then create a plan, forget your goal, and then work your plan. Because sometimes we get so fixated on the goal or our dreams that we actually never do anything about it. So enough is enough. It's really time to change. So you have to create a plan on a daily basis to really start to change. And the third thing is moving forward. Moving forward means that you know that what you're doing is not enough, that you recognize that you got to stop making excuses. You know it's time to change. You actually have a game plan, but the whole moving forward is actually taking action on a daily basis. And that means doing what you're supposed to do to grow. And honestly, if we're not growing, we're dying. And actually, we're always on the way to dying. So you have to decide to grow and start changing the things in your life that you need to do to actually move forward. And I think moving forward is kind of the toughest aspect of all those points, but it's actually the most rewarding too, because you start to leave behind your past and the things that weren't good enough for you in the first place. And so, just really quick review. The three main things, once again, is to stop making excuses. Don't lie to yourself. The second thing is actually it's really time to change. Create a game plan. Develop your goal, but decide that you're actually going to start working it. And moving forward is just being disciplined every day to create the life that you really want. Because enough is enough, and if it wasn't, we would stay the way we were. But we have to recognize that enough is enough, and it's time to move forward. And I hope that helps. Once again, this is Annetta Benjamin. Thank you.
Well, I hope that you have truly enjoyed what you heard from these ladies. Everything that they said was very profound and unique to themselves, but at the same time, they all brought something back to the full circle of that. Everything is validated through who we are and what we decide to do as individuals. And so when you hear or understand or think about this word or this statement of enough is enough, it truly does affect us all completely different. For me, the aspect of enough is enough has just been, it seems like it's been a part of my life a lot for the last 10 to 15 years. And I really had to focus and think about the fact that I don't have to live in the world of enough is enough. I have to make the changes. I have to deal with what's in front of me. Even the most negative things in the world can turn into some of the most positive things in the world. And for me, when I think about how I utilize the meaning of enough is enough, it just really hit me hard. I think it hit me the hardest when I realized that I wasn't worthy. And especially when you're going through certain things in life, I've been abused. I've been hit by a vehicle. I have, been divorced. All these certain things that you just go through put you in a certain state of mind. But you also have to realize that these things don't have to last forever, and they don't. But you have to also understand that you are in control of your environment and your life. And the things that you can't control, let it go. Keep moving on. Keep, striving to be the better you. And, people who have been in my situation as a abuse survivor, I don't survive anymore. I have been a thriver for years. And so that's a part of understanding what enough is enough. There's certain things that we trigger within ourselves that we have to understand don't have to be that way forever. So you sit back and take the time to self-analyze, to sit back and truly understand, what does enough is enough mean to you? How is it going to change your life, or how has it already changed your life, but you don't even realize that you have made those changes? And like I said, I hope that you have enjoyed what these ladies have said and understand that each one of us have that little bit of something inside of us from each one of what they all said. It's a part of who we are. And especially as women, we truly have different journeys, but our journey was so much the same because we're, like I said, we're all mothers, we're all business owners, we're all sisters and daughters of someone, and colleagues to others. So there are many people in our lives who look up to us and don't always realize that sometimes enough is exactly what it means, is enough. But you, like I said, have to take responsibility. I hope you all truly enjoyed this episode of 360 and Me, because I know it's unique, it's different. We didn't have the normal conversation, but sometimes being unique and different is what makes you stand out the most.